Hello, beautiful soul. Thanks for stopping by. Today, I am wondering, how do you celebrate the men in your lives? Me, I have learned to go all out for mine. I've learned to put down the phone, the camera, and any other distraction that keeps me from engaging in the present moment. I have also learned that there is no set time, to celebrate the ones that we love. And we don't have to play into the societal norms, falling into the trap of barely celebrating our men on Father's Day and probably Christmas. It's okay. It's okay to create our own cultures, preferably spiritually aligned kingdom cultures. For me, most of my life, I've had a limited view of men. Many of the men in my life were viewed and talked about and treated like just one of the kids. Not like a respected person, but just one of the kids. It wasn't until about 4 years ago that I became aware of my dysfunctional and limiting belief about men, just being one of the kids. And when I was made aware of how demasculating and disrespectful it was for me to hold men in such a negative light, I was able to recognize and acknowledge my wrong. And once I did that, I began to search for a point of reference. I began to look for what healthy relationships with men look like. Because many of the people I knew, many of the people that I came in contact with, had conversations with, spent time with, they had similar, if not, the same viewpoint towards men. They were in relationships where the women were the dominant figure. So when I talked to them, many of them had relationships with their fathers, that were fractured. Some of them didn't know who their father was, nor did they care to. And the ones who were in fractured relationships didn't care to fix the relationships. And I found that many of us were in dysfunctional relationships with the men in our lives. We were comfortable parenting our father. We were comfortable caring for the needs of our baby daddies. We were comfortable caring for the needs of our pastors, whether married or unmarried. Then we got upset when the men in our lives didn't care for our needs. And I don't think any of us saw a correlation between our beliefs and our behaviors towards the men in our lives. But at one point, I decided to take a deep dive. I started to dive into what the man's role was in the family. And I spoke on last week about what I found. So if you need a little bit more context, you can go back and look at that video. But in this week's video, we are focusing on how I responded to what I found, and the 4 ways that I have been working to celebrate the men in my life each and every day. Excuse me. I am a firm believer that we don't need nobody to tell us how to love. We need more people who are willing to show us what unconditional love looks like. You know what I mean? Love is an action word. It must be shown. It must be felt. It must be experienced. So what I decided to do is I decided to become one of the examples in helping us to correct how we love and celebrate our men. And in doing that, like I said, I did a lot of research and spent a lot of time with talking to people and reading. And what I discovered and what I explored is the fact that we can celebrate the men in our lives every single day. And I discovered 4 important ways that we can do it. We can choose to celebrate the men that we love by first and foremost showing respect and honor. And when I say respect and honor, I mean acknowledging his contribution, acknowledging his sacrifices, and acknowledging his personality, him as an individual, like taking a look back to see what these men bring to our lives and how their presence impacts us greatly. Like, it's invaluable. Celebrating their accomplishments at work, their progress in how they handle our kids, their growth in how they handle themselves in conflict and conversations. I believe that it takes safety and trust for men to even begin to get out of survival mode and to be willing to be vulnerable mentally and emotionally. You know what I mean? I've learned that we can help them in this process by respecting their opinions, like valuing their wisdom and seeking and accepting their advice. I'm not saying that we have to not have an opinion ourselves. I'm not saying that we don't have to share what our opinion is. I am saying that we need to simply recognize and acknowledge that there are going to be differences of opinions between us, but we can still value the opinions and the knowledge and the expertise and value that our men bring and cherish them because of that. Secondly, spending quality time with the men in our lives, celebrating them. This could mean creating new and exciting family traditions. It could mean upholding old traditions that you all find valuable and hold dear to your heart. It could be creating your own traditions, creating your own special occasions and anniversaries and holidays. It could mean engaging in conversations to find out what activities they truly love to do, not the ones that they're just simply doing because they love you, but activities that they find enjoyment out of, activities that they get deep meaning and fulfillment out of. What I found out is that the men in my life, they love to take naps. And I've always been a busybody. I didn't quite know how to slow down, but what I've discovered is that if my husband or my son or my dad is spending time with me and we're in each other's presence and they decide to fall asleep, I've learned not to just get up and leave, but to just enjoy their presence and to just stay present in the activity. And I might not fall asleep, but just stay close so that when they wake up, I'm still there. Spending time could also mean sharing meals and making lasting memories. It's nothing like sitting down and eating with the ones that you love. How about making an experience and create the shopping list together, go buy the ingredients together, cook the meal together, and then sit down and enjoy the meal together, engaging in conversation. It could mean having a barbecue, like planning to get together with the ones that you love and to cook on the grill, making your presence known and making impact in the lives of those that you love. And thirdly, getting into the habit of expressing your appreciation to the men in our lives. Like, men need a pat on the back sometimes. Men need to know that they're doing a good job. Men need to hear us telling them how good of a job that they're doing. Sharing with them the specific actions that they did that had a positive impact on us, or the uplifting words that they spoke that made an impact on us, or our friends. Like, it's been plenty of times that Terrence has engaged in basketball and took Caleb to different events and invited his friends and cousins, and Caleb has come back plenty of times like, Pop, I really appreciate the fact that you went with us, that you played with us, that you took us, and he often shared that his friends appreciated it too, and they talk about it to this day. So let's just work to give our men words of appreciation and gratitude, and to pray over our men. Like, our men need to hear us say their names before the Father. Like, they need to hear us praying over them, praying over their situations, praying over their circumstances, praying over our families. And I believe that men need to know that we seek their spiritual guidance, and we seek to pray with them so that we know what's on their heart. I believe that we should also verbally tell our men how much we love them, and we need to be as specific as possible. Not just tell them that we love them, but to tell them why. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me, it's like, Dad, I love you. I love the way that you support me. I love the way that you support my decisions. I love the way that you encourage me when I feel like giving up on a decision that I made. Or like, babe, I love you so much. I love the way that you embrace me when you see on my face that I'm having a not so good day, a not so good moment, a not so good experience, or when you can see from my body language that I'm having a difficult time and you choose to embrace me. Like, I appreciate the attention to detail to my needs, and it just makes me feel so appreciated and valued when it happens. And I know that I allow him to feel the same way by acknowledging. And lastly, we can celebrate our men by giving to them generously and thoughtfully. Like, think about it. Think about their favorite things to do. Think about their favorite things when they go out. What are the things that they'd always buy? Where is it that they always like to go? Like, let's think about those things and shower them with those things. You know what I mean? Whether it be their favorite food, whether it be, their favorite cologne, favorite piece of outfit that they like to wear, or the favorite place that they like to go. Like, get them a gift card. Like I said earlier, if you know your man loves to barbecue, then make it personal. Like, don't just make it a barbecue. Like, get that man an apron. Get that man an apron with his favorite, saying on it, or make that man an apron with his own picture on it, like Grill King, like something like that. Something that represents an aspect of him. You know what I mean? Get that man some grill utensils with his name carved in the handle. Like, make it yourself or order it. Special order it. Get it homemade. Give it that special touch to say, hey, I went the extra mile to make sure that you feel valued, to make sure that you feel loved, to make sure that you feel cared for and valued. And I wanted to put a smile on your face, boo. Like, we need to make them feel that love and that respect and that appreciation. I believe that if we truly allow our men to feel loved and valued, and to understand how valuable and irreplaceable they are to us as individuals, to our family, and to the family unit, our communities, you know what I mean? So as we continue, let's just strive to show our men that we love, respect, and honor them. And we enjoy spending quality time with them. And we don't mind creating healthy habits of expression and appreciation and a love for them. And we don't mind spending that money on them. You know what I mean? Spending that extra time creating those things for them. Yeah, so I can guarantee that if we take the time to continue to do this, it will unlock a whole new world for your relationship, for your household environment, your family dynamics. So yeah, let's strive for it. If you have been enjoying my content, I am asking you to pause now and to hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications so that you can be notified when the next video drops. And follow me on all social media platforms at Debbie Pope Williams. You can head on over to my website, DebbiePopeWilliams.com, and purchase any products or services that you see. And engage in the communities. We have a community here on YouTube. We have a community on Instagram, and we have a community on Facebook. Like, join in the conversation, spark conversation and dialogue, and feel free to leave any suggestions that you may have of content that you would like to see me create. I love you guys. Be blessed, be well, and I'll see you soon.